Good afternoon, my mate. Thank you for the videos and the continued hard work. But I absolutely love where we're at. Okay, I really feel like we're right on the verge of just taking a huge step forward. Okay, we put together the things we're working on the swing, a much more neutral, much stronger backswing with some good sequencing and much better alignment. Okay, if we can put that together on the golf course instead of on the golf course swinging, aiming a little left and swinging sort of a little sloppy, if I can say that. Much better, more predictable, tighter short game, all right, and then just that extra bit of putting. We put all that together consistently. You can literally take 3 shots off your handicap in the next month or so, okay, which is at your level absolutely huge because obviously at a good level already. So to find 3 shots like that, I guess not like that, it's months and months of hard work, but I feel like it's all coming together at the same time. Okay, so very, very happy with where we're at. All right, let's quickly touch on those bunkers. All right, so obviously I worked out in the second video that we were starting to hold off. Okay, that's not really what I was talking about the inconsistencies of the release. It's sort of the timing and how release and where the club and the arms were going. All right, and then more importantly, the entry point. Okay, so even though, yes, you're holding on some of those in the second video, okay, hitting way too far behind the ball in general, but certainly not consistently. Okay, so we want to hit about an inch and a half behind the ball, whether we're releasing it or holding it, we still want to enter there. Okay, so I need you to do a little bit of line drill. Okay, so set yourself a little target, maybe 10, I like 10, but you can decide. Okay, you draw a line in the sand, no balls. Okay, and 10 in a row, can I hit on or just slightly ahead of that line, nothing behind it. Okay, you can do releases or hold-offs, but just 10 in a row, working away along. Okay, not like that, obviously setting up and each time setting up and releasing and then moving along the line. Okay, and see if you can miss a 10 in a row. If you can, then you draw a line and you put your balls along that line. Okay, once again, 10 balls in a row, all along that line. We'll obviously have an inch and a half in front of it, so the line's sort of here. And can you 10 in a row without hitting the line, and then eventually obviously without. Okay, so a little bit of line drill. And then the rest of your warm-up, continue with your functional stuff. Okay, that release with the bunker, okay, kind of feels like our rehearsal where we're kind of almost releasing back towards us a little bit. The left wrist would kind of cup, but obviously in your right hand rep, that type of feel there. Okay, that's the bunker release. This is our golf swing release, but the bunker release, very, very much so. Okay, so you can function rep and then add that into your functional things. And then the second part of your warm-up, okay, is going to be high and low. So again, alternate high and low, all right? But I want them done with the wedge under the heel. So one high, one low, one high, one low for your 40-yarders, but wedge under the heel. Okay, so ball forward. Okay, ball forward, wide stance, toe open. Okay, still a nice release of the chest and the right shoulder, but heel staying down. That's my high one. It's pretty high for a 9 and low one. Ball position back, feet square, a little closer to the ball, a little more like shuts and holds. Turn through, but keep that club under the heel. Keep the right heel down, basically. Okay, right. Why? Okay, our right heel down videos were just awesome, weren't they? Okay, the right heel was just awesome. What it did for your posture, remember chest over the ball, hips back, kick back, draw, all that. What that right wedge under the right heel did for that posture was just amazing, okay? And then from there, it allowed the arms to release online for longer instead of running out of room, getting cramped, and then releasing left. Okay, which again will create that little bit of inconsistency out on the golf course. Okay, so really, really, really loved it. Okay, and then shut and hold, okay, or shut and stop, pretty much or very, very close to how we want to swing. Okay, can still be a bit neater at the top, can still work on leg drive versus arm pull, but it's so close. Some of those later in the round, we had the leg drive anyway. Okay, it was just phenomenal. Okay, really, really cool. That's why I was so excited, we're so close. All right. Okay, as in so close to taking a step up. okay, in everything that we do. Okay, so we're keeping those and then just kind of recycling and adjusting them ever so slightly. Okay, right, so we will, drill number 1, so that's your warm-up, I've given you a warm-up already. Drill number 1 is going to be shut and stop, okay? And then I just want to add some drivers at the end of shut and stop, okay? Because again, squat drill with a driver worked so well, but the face was a bit open and the takeaway was a little bit wavy. Okay, so just add some shut and hold. So when we continue doing squat drill, because I loved it, then slightly stronger backswing and face position with that squat drill is going to also just be that sort of little bit of next level consistency. All right, so drill number 1, shut and stop at the top. Okay, be as neat and tidy as you can. Obviously keeping that posture on the way back. Shut and stop. All right, and just watch that shoulder alignment, please. Okay, if anything, aim a little bit right, particularly when you're doing shut and stop. Right, and then obviously a few drivers. Okay, and then second drill is going to be wedge under the right heel for our swings. Okay, but I just want you to do 2 and 2. So first 2 full swings now. Okay, first 2 like you did them in that video. Okay, very nice posture. Great position of that right hip and right heel. So 2 of those. And then 2 where you now release it and you let this club drop just after impact. Okay, so full swing. And then you release the foot and you let the club drop just after impact. Okay, I'm very excited to see what that looks like. Very excited. Okay, and then last drill, squat drill with a driver again. Okay, all of those worked really well. So there's little adjustments to those drills that worked so well. Stay on top of your short game, do your line drills, a little bit of putting. I know it's a lot, but that's how we get to that level. I'm very excited about where you're at. I hope you are too. All right, have a good week, and I'll talk to you during the week.